YouTube channel, Blonde Cards and Crafts, and we are live and we are going to be crafting with a friend. And you should be able to see my lovely crafty friend, Benita, is on the other side and she's waving frantically with her hands. We may have the occasional cat coming into view on Benita's screen.
I'm sorry.
He wants to be famous, doesn't he? That's okay. That's okay. So this is our first ever, or my first ever, go live on YouTube. And I thought it would be a great way to introduce a YouTuber who is up and coming, has started a YouTube channel and wants to get out there and, you know, be seen by more crafters. And although I'm a small YouTuber myself, I have a couple more subs than Benita, who is joining us at the moment. So I thought it would be fun to introduce her to my subscribers that you might like to see what she's doing and follow her. So Benita, would you like to introduce yourself and say hello and tell us all what you're going to be doing on our live stream today?
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Simone, for inviting me to your channel. It's so nice to be here. And I have had my English YouTube channel for a couple of years now, and I have about 286 subscribers so far. And I love making YouTube lives and into card making and yeah, that's
Brilliant.
yeah. And I'm
That's a
going to
great
make
introduction.
and I'm going to make a stepper card today.
Oh, lovely. A stepper card. What products are you going to use, Benita?
I have here two embossing folders, the bubble one and the brick wall from Made to Surprise.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and I have these flowers from Pop Up Bouquet, also from Made to Surprise.
Brilliant.
And showstoppers. I'm just
Ooh,
using the dye flowers and foliage on both of them, and going
lovely.
to ink up and stuff.
Oh,
We will
fabulous.
see.
Yeah. Fabulous. So we've both decided that we're going to make cards that have flowers on them. And we're both using Made to Surprise. I have some Made to Surprise products that I'm going to use. I'm using the latest bouquet builder, which is from Sam's latest collection. So I have them all die cut out already. I'm going to ink blend on those. I also am going to be using the wishes from the Made to Surprise Sentiments set, and I'm going to use the birthday from the Big Words stamp and die set. I'll also be using the Creative Craft products. Now, this is an older version. You can tell by the colors. It's red and white. The newer ones are blue and white. But I'm using the ovals. And ovals is a die I don't use too often because I kind of find them hard to line them up. Sometimes I'll put a score line through an oval and I'll find it's a bit of on the wonk. Do you find that, Benita?
Yeah, ovals are tricky.
Yeah, they are. But I'm going to have fun with an oval today. Before we start, I have everything here all cut out and ready to go. So I'll be able to do my ink blending and then assemble my card. But before I start doing any of that, I'm going to pop out my flowers. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to give a quick little shout out to some of the people that are in the comments. We have Kay Rogers. Well done, Kay, first in. Lovely to see you. As well as Rita, we have Cara, Christine, we have Amanda Marlowe, Edwina, and Carmen. Ladies, thank you very much for joining us. It's lovely to see you in the chat this morning, and I hope you enjoy our little live stream. And bear with us because this is our first time live streaming together. So we're both going to keep an eye on the chat. Aren't we, Benita?
Yeah, if I find it, you know. I'm not that techie like you are.
Oh,
So
okay.
just oh Oh
Yeah,
my
we're
God.
gonna well, I have my chat just in front of me over there, so I'm keeping an eye on it. So I won't be like texting on it, but what I'll try and do is read some of your comments
There you
while
are.
we're
Now I
crafting.
can see.
Did you find us? You did.
Yes, now I see all the comments. Hi, guys.
Brilliant. So I just noticed Amanda Marlowe has asked what the weather is like where we are. Well, I'm in Mayo in the west of Ireland, and the weather here for probably the last 2 weeks has been like midsummer on the best weather that you could get in Ireland. It's blue skies. The temperature yesterday was the warmest. We had 18 degrees yesterday. I couldn't believe it. We had very little wind. It was an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous day. And I hope that it's evidence of the weather we're going to have for the summer. That would be so, so lovely. What weather have you got over in Sweden? Are you knees deep in snow, Benita?
Oh no, we have beautiful, gorgeous spring weather here. The sun is shining so much, and it's really lovely to look out.
Oh, great. That's
Yeah,
brilliant. Yeah.
yeah,
I think a lot of people have been having some good weather recently. I think, in Europe anyway, I think the weather is pretty good. My daughter is in the Netherlands. Shout out to Alicia. She said she may be watching, but not in the chat. They've had beautiful blue skies and gorgeous weather over there as well. So, yeah, I think Europe is doing well. I'm just reaching for a couple of extra little blending brushes because I think it might be nice to add another little color into the middle. I want to see if this is going to be dark enough. How are you getting on there, Benita?
sorry. I just had a conversation with my husband, because
Yes.
my mother in law is in the emergency room. So, but I'm
Yeah.
just starting to make ink up my flowers here with carved pumpkin.
Oh,
Uh,
lovely.
yeah, I love orange.
Hmm. And listen, we're all sending out, get well hugs and wishes and everything to your mother-in-law, Benita. I hope
Thank
that,
you.
that
It's
whatever,
so, yeah,
yeah, whatever is ailing her, that they can get to the bottom of it and get it sorted for
yeah,
her. So
yeah. Thank
sending
you.
you and Jonas, your hubby, and your mother-in-law, get well hugs anyway from me. So,
Yeah,
and I'm
thank you.
sure everyone else will be the same as well.
Yeah, it's hard, and I was so looking forward to this live with you, Simone, and
Hmm.
then got that call from mother-in-law. It's kind of distracting, but this
I know.
live helps. So
Yeah. And,
yeah,
it's, unfortunately, as our parents get older, these are
yeah,
the things, but hopefully she'll be fine and, they'll be able to help her.
yeah, yeah. So now I am finished with one flower.
That's beautiful. That is gorgeous, Benita. I know
Thank
your
you.
favorite color is orange, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm thinking of having one more orange. I have put out so many colors here because I couldn't decide.
Yeah, I'm the same. I have a load of colors. They're just over here off screen. I have some colors, but I think I'm going to try and keep it to the worn lipstick and the picked raspberry, and maybe I have some seedless preserve there. I might pull that in as well. Let's
Yeah.
look, sure, look. Let's pull it in while we're here. Sure, why not? We'll give it a lash and see how it looks.
Thank you, everybody, for your well wishes. Thank you.
Rita was asking if you have Jonas there to help keep track of your comments like you do in
No,
your live. But unfortunately, Jonas is going
no.
to be popping out to be with mother in law, isn't he,
Yeah, he
Benita?
he just went off now, so hopefully she gets some company.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
between the
easy.
two of us, we should be fine at keeping
Yeah.
an eye on the
Yeah,
comments, I
because
think.
I have the iPad with comments now and right up there, so it's much better to um, stream on my iPhone. So I didn't think I could do that. So thank you,
Yeah.
Simone, for that
Mhm.
suggestion.
It's handy to do it on the old phone rather than an iPad or one of
Yeah,
those.
and I'm
Yeah.
keeping. I'm just keeping coming off screen. I am. Oh, I'm so silly.
Oh, look, it's our first one together, and do you
Yeah,
know,
but I have done so many lives, many videos, so I should should know by now.
I think you've probably done more lives at this stage than I have, although I love it when I do go live. It's
Yeah,
something do you know, I haven't been as proactive with about doing, but I did say to myself this year, I wanted to do more lives on YouTube this year. So, and
yeah,
I thought, you know, doing the go live together, I thought doing that as
yeah,
well as maybe, you know, um, doing my own live with just all by myself.
yeah.
I won't sing, but I thought I'm going to definitely encourage it. And seeing you do your lives has really encouraged me to go live as well. And I love
Oh,
that about us
yeah,
crafters, how we lift each other up and encourage each other, you know?
yeah.
So thank you, you know, and thanks for being my first guest on my Go
Oh,
Live together. I am looking at getting um, a different app that I can use so that our screen won't be in portrait, it'll be on horizontal. With
yeah,
doing the go live together on YouTube and using the YouTube app to do it, our screen has to be in this orientation, folks. So that's why we're kind of squished together. But
yeah,
I was talking with Mike about, you know, maybe changing up and doing it, and he's definitely going to encourage and assist me in getting that set up. So I have my flowers, my full flowers done, and I like this color palette. What do you think of it, Benita? Does it look? It
yeah,
looks nice, doesn't it?
yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to move that off to the side. Now, the little, on some of the other flowers, there's little pieces that come out of them. And what I've done is I've taken them, I've left them in white, but I've added my alcohol markers. I used what's this one? It's GB4, which, oh, that's the wrong, look, I've the wrong lid.
Oh,
Oops. I do
oops.
apologize if you hear barking. That is my absolute nutter of a dog called Ghost. He is anything that goes down the road, he goes mad at. And at the moment, there is a lot of tractor things going on because I live out in the country. I'm rural. So yeah, he goes berserk when he hears a tractor going by. So anyway, that's what I've done. I've added my two colors, GB4 and Citrus Blend. These are the Spectrum Noir regular one, and then I have the tri blend, and that then has given me this look. I thought it would look cool as the stamens on the flowers. Okay, I think Ghost has now barked himself out.
And I was so worried about my cats.
I know, but it's typical. It's absolutely typical when you want them to be quiet that, you know, something. Well, look, we're living our real lives here, so do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
We just
yeah,
have to take it as it comes. So now
yeah.
I'm going to ink blend a couple of these. I don't think I'm going to need them all, so I'm just going to ink blend some of them. And that way then I can get on to making the card. We kind of felt that if we did an hour, we'd be happy. But if it ran over time, we're not too bothered, are we, Benita?
No, it's. it's just I hope mother-in-law just have to get some help and get home afterwards. So if not, Jonas will ring me, and yeah. But I hope we will will manage this live first.
Yeah. Well, if anything comes up and you need to leave, there's no worries about that. We
No.
can, you can leave at any time and I can just continue the live on myself.
Yeah,
There's no worries there, Benita.
that's good.
Unfortunately, you just can't know when these things are going to happen, really, can you?
No, no.
You know?
And she is 86 years old, so
Mm.
yeah.
86 years young, as we like to say
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. 86
Yeah.
years young. Yeah.
Let
So
me
I'm just making all kinds of colors. The funny thing is that I'm preparing for my mother-in-law's birthday card. So yeah,
Oh, bless.
yeah,
Well, I'm sure she will love it. And
yeah,
that, it gives you something to focus on. You're making the special card for her. So,
yeah. I am, and now
I love
these.
how these flowers are coming out with these
Yeah.
colors.
Oh,
The
I
seedless
really.
preserves and
Oh
the
yeah,
worn lipstick and the picked raspberry. I think they're a nice combo together.
yeah. Oh, I really think these are the most beautiful flowers Sam has come out with. I think.
The ones I'm using at the moment,
Yeah.
or the one, yeah, yeah, no, I agree. I'm not a flower person. Um, I mean, I do love flowers, but I've got an amount of different flower dyes, like
Yeah.
yourself, Benita, and
Yeah.
it's not something I kind of reach for when I'm doing a card, to embellish. And I think I need to reach for it more,
Yeah.
to embellish a card. But I do love these ones, and I think if you see that there, and if I take a little stamen detail and pop that, now that can either sit in there like that, but what I plan to do is I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue and I'm going to add it on like that. I think that will look smashing
Yeah.
on the flowers, I
Yeah.
could even give a little bit of color down here to them. So I might do that with a few of them just to kind of tie in that base color. I think that will look lovely just at the bottom there. Yeah, and I can do that with them in different colors. So I'm going to leave that out there to remind me to do that because I have a head like a sieve. And
I will remind you, Simone.
will you
Don't
remind
worry.
me? I'm and all the peeps out there in the comments can remind me. Make sure
Yeah.
if you have a question that you want to ask or you want to grab our attention, especially for me. If you put your comment in capital letters,
Yeah.
that way then I'll be better able to see them and maybe respond to them. And I'm hoping that this live will be left on the channel. So to anyone watching after the live, welcome. The live texting comments should still be available. If you look where you're commenting, it should give you the option of looking at the live comments as they were scrolling through. So there's that option as well for people. I don't know if people know that, but yeah, so welcome to you if you're watching after the live. And is there anyone has any comments there? I love the chat that's going on there, but does anyone have any comments, any questions that they'd like to ask Benita or myself?
Yeah.
Now, there's Lynn. Hello, Lynn.
Eileen.
Um,
Oh, got back from shopping. Ooh.
yeah. What now, was it grocery shopping? Bleh. Or
Yeah.
or was it browsing the high street shopping? Mind you,
Yeah.
if there's treats in the grocery shopping, that's not so bad. Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Yeah. And I don't know how. how many flowers I want. I want it overflowing, I guess.
Yeah, I want a good few flowers as well, but I don't want to
Yeah.
be here on the live stream for a half an hour just just coloring in flowers. That might get boring after a while.
We are 19 minutes in, so
Oh my goodness.
time flies.
Yeah, time certainly. Now there's Kim. Hello, Kim. Kim has asked, can you tell us your colours? I can indeed. My colours are seedless preserves, worn lipstick, and picked raspberry. I hope all three of them are on the screen. They're the three colours that I'm using. They're Distress Oxide colours. And although I do love the VersaFine Claire inks, I find them lovely to blend with as well. I've gone with the good old Distress Oxides because I loved the colour palette that I had in these. If there were similar colours in my VersaFine Clairs, I would have used them as well. When I'm buying new inks and ink pads, I tend to buy colours that I like the look of and that I know I'll use. Maybe if I leave them out there. I'm just seeing if I'm in screen. Yes, I am. I leave the colours there, Kim, and that way anyone coming into the live will be able to see what I'm using. So they're the colors that I'm using. Do you have a favorite color blend, Benita, that you like from the Distress Ink range?
I I'm so I keep forgetting my oxides. So I don't really blend so many different colors. Almost just using one. But here I have carved pumpkin and crackling campfire for this one. I
Oh,
just
lovely.
yeah, I just almost taking more push in the middle to get it darker, and then lighter touch on the outside just to make it look like a blend. But
Mhm. Yeah, well,
yeah,
that's the great thing about the oxides. You know, you can go light and then get heavier as you're going, you know,
yeah,
going on. So you can go from a light blend of the color to a darker blend of the color, which is brilliant, you know?
yeah.
Now, I think they're all my small flowers. I've three small flowers done. So this is what I've done with my other flowers. And I'm going to take my little stamen details now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some inking on the base of those with the colors. And
So
I don't think I'll use them all, but I will use a couple of them. So move them over here. They're all tangled together. They're like spiders' legs.
but I love what you have done with those stamens. It's really effectful with the coloring in there on the
Yeah,
tips.
I thought it would be nice, you know, to add them like that. And because I was thinking of, you know, with those flowers, wouldn't it be nice if you could add, you know, they're like a little string, like the
Yeah,
stamens you'd use for your paper or your um
yeah,
foam flowers. So that's what gave me the idea of doing that with them, you know?
yeah. That's good.
Hmm.
And now I don't want those
Oh,
silly
wrong way
things.
round. Kay loves the stamens as well. They are nice, aren't they, Kay?
Yeah.
And you can never have too many flowers.
No, exactly.
Well, it depends. If you're making a masculine card,
But
maybe
but
you could.
men does love flowers also.
Yeah,
So
I mean, you know, if you have someone that likes gardening and, you know,
yeah.
they would like that
Mm,
too.
yeah. My dad would have loved flower card. He was very into his garden.
Oh, lovely. My dad loved his garden too, but he was more into he loved uh putting vegetables and
Oh
stuff like
yeah,
that into it, you know.
yeah.
Um he always had, you know, in our back garden, it was a long garden in one of the houses we lived in. So he kind of had the back third of the garden sectioned off, and he would have, you know, potatoes or whatever. That's when I was younger now in the 80s and 90s, kind of a thing. No, I got all my little stamens done. They were very quick. Although I didn't do my yellow tips on them, that was very quick to do yesterday as well. So I'll add them in there. I'm going to clean up my little surface now. And my surface is just a page. It's an A3 page, which I put through my laminator. And it gives me this slick surface for doing some ink blending. So I know there's different surfaces you can buy. I've got a Tim Holtz glass board, but I'm not gone on having the black background. So I just find this well handy. And if you have any ink that is kind of stubborn to come off, use a little bit of methylated spirits, or
Surgical spirit.
surgical spirit.
Yeah,
What do they call it in America? Um,
not
yeah, I
sure.
think it's alcohol. I'm sure someone there will tell us in the comment section what it's called in America. But I have that. I get mine in Boots. If you're in Ireland, England, a couple of those countries, Boots do it, and it's great for getting your inks off your slick surface. So they're the inks that I used with my flowers. And I am going to bring out my greens now. And the greens I'm using are pooled paint and twisted citron. What are you using? You're using crushed olive. I debated using that,
Yeah,
Benita.
yeah, but I think it's so fun looking on the. It looks very. I don't know what the word is, but I thought the three of them looked fun together.
Mm, yeah. So that's my peeled paint. And then I have another little brush there for blending. So I've got all the leaves. There's all different types of leaves that come in that die set. And I've die cut out some of them in silver and holographic, and then the rest are in white. Now you could take your dies and die cut out in colored cardstock. I've done that before. And then your ink blending, I think you do less ink blending when you do it that way. But I saw that Sam had done the ink blending on white cards. So I wanted to give that a go. So I think what I'm going to do is ink up heavily in the middle and then lighten it as I go out. This card is for a young lady, a family member. Her name is Edith, and it's going to be her birthday at the end of this month. She's a teenager, so I thought this would be nice for her. You know, I've done all the different ones. I made one that looked like a little wardrobe with hanging dresses in it, and you know, all the fun kitty ones. But I thought she might like um, something a little more grown up, shall we say, but
Yeah,
pretty. So
that
I'm
age.
hoping she likes this. I think that looks good. What do we think there? I like that. Now I could
Yeah.
ink blend, you know, the tips with the twisted citron, but I want to, there's so many different ones here. I'm going to use those two colors, but in different ways with the different leaves. So I think I might actually go heavier with the smaller brush.
I love the size of those leaves
Yeah, I like
you are
the
using.
pop out bit. I think is nice as well.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I think, you know, I think it lets light and color through. It's
Yeah.
very clever. Now, you could take two pieces of white cardstock and use your die to cut out your leaf. And what it'll do is it'll die cut out the top one and the little bits will fall out. But the one underneath it, it won't actually die cut out the bits. So it
Yeah.
would give you two layers if you wanted. So the bottom one that it'll die cut out all around the edge. So you'll have two leaves, but it will, or two little branches or whatever, but one of them will have the bits still in it and they won't have die cut out properly. So it would be a cool way to have a different color tone in those openings if you wanted
Yeah.
to do that as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
You can do a lot of stuff with those.
Yeah, so you can get different looks, you know?
Yeah.
Have we any, what else? Oh, Lynn's nan was an Edith. When
Oh,
I heard Mike's sister was calling their daughter Edith, I was like, Edith? It's a bit of an old name. But then as I was kind of thinking of it and saying it, I thought, do you know what? That's lovely. It's a lovely, lovely name. And she is such an Edith. She's a very, I don't know, she comes across as a very gentle soul, you know, a very humble kind of, I mean, that may change as she gets older, but she always had this very gentleness, very humble, and just an absolutely lovely, lovely girl. Um, yeah, so nice name, Edith. Lynn has
yeah.
said, Simone, where is your little mat for holding the ink pad still? Well, do you know what, Lynn? It, it's there somewhere. I put it somewhere safe. I think it's in the same safe place as what Benita puts things because
Yeah.
I couldn't find it yesterday evening, and I thought, oh, I'll find it this morning, and it'll be grand. I think it's down here.
I think our stuff is on holiday together, Simone.
I think so too. They have definitely taken. They've got legs and walked. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's there somewhere. Lynn, you can be guaranteed 10 minutes after the live when I go to put stuff away, I will find that and it'll laugh at me. So it will.
Yeah.
But I do have the non slip on the back of this. And that
That's a
allows
great
it then,
idea.
this doesn't move, you know. But yeah, I don't know where the other little pad. I have a smaller one and I sit my inks on it. Lynn is right, and it keeps everything
Oh.
from moving around. It's really handy when you can find it. Um, at the moment, our garage is being turned into a workshop for hobby. So a lot of the products that Mike has bought new tools and stuff, and we're going to have a little business venture on the side. So he's going to be making products, and we're changing the garage into a clean workshop for him. And so a lot of his stuff is all over there and all over there. So
Yeah.
a lot of my stuff has been squished in. And yeah, that's my excuse, Lynn, for why I can't find anything, and I'm sticking to it. And I broke so many nails at the weekend. I had to file them down short. Look, I broke that one, and I broke that one, and I've cracked a couple over at the sides, and because we were putting in a leveling floor and those big bags of cement that you have to pull and drag around. It was great fun. Great fun, but it wasn't good for my hands. And I wore gloves, you know, I had proper work gloves on, but it didn't seem to make a blind bit of difference to my fingers. So I apologize for the state of my nails. Now, I think they look. Have I got some more of those? Yeah, I don't think I need any more. So I'm going to just do that amount. I'll put them in there because I'll just make for this card. And then before I put everything away, I'll finish off what hasn't been done. I think that's what I'll do. So now I think I shall just bring
What
in
kind
on
of
the tips.
what kind of stand do you have, Simone, that you can't find now? I don't think I have seen yours.
So I have it's about a 5x7 sheet of white cardstock that I laminated. And then I put
Oh,
this non-slip on the back.
oh,
And then I
great
put a
idea.
piece on the front. So it doesn't move because it's got the non-slip on the back. And then the
Oh,
piece I have on the front, I sit my little ink pad onto it and it stops that from moving around. It's really,
yeah.
really handy.
Wow.
Um, yeah, it
Uh,
works a treat, you know?
yeah, yeah, because I have seen Jennifer Maguire and people like that. They have like a stand
Yeah, they
thingy,
have like a plastic,
and it
isn't
costs
it?
a fortune.
Yeah, well, do you know, if I can if I can botch together something that'll work, I will.
Yeah.
I don't like paying for stuff if I don't have
No,
to, you know?
that's a great idea because I need to see yours when you find it.
Yeah, I definitely will. I'll share it. I've used it in other videos, so that's probably
Oh,
where Lynn has seen it, you see.
okay.
Um, I have used it in other videos and it's really, really handy, you know?
Yeah,
But
yeah, it
yeah, I
sounds
love
right.
I love my laminated sheets for doing my ink blending on because the background I have on my desk, you can just see it here at the bottom and just a little bit above.
Yeah,
It's a photographer's background that I have on there. And that way, when I'm recording my lights, I have two lights up above, they don't reflect on it.
yeah,
Um, so I can't really color on that, you know?
no,
So that's why I thought I laminate a sheet because it's a slick surface, which is what you want, really.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
That's a
so
good
that,
idea with laminate a sheet because I just have this plastic envelope and I need to remove the closing because it's in a way.
yeah, cut it off maybe, but then you want to keep the envelope so that you can use it again, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. I'm all about finding frugal ideas that will work, you know, in crafting because some of us don't get all the benefits that the other crafters get, you know, the likes of Jennifer Maguire and Amy Orr and Nicole and all them, you know, they get sent stuff from
Yeah,
the suppliers and, you know, I love the new magnetic glass board that they're using,
yeah. That looks fab.
but I priced it and in
Yeah.
euros it's 200 and something odd euros. Like
OMG.
that's an expensive bit of kit to be,
Oh no,
do you know?
I think I rather have food for a couple of weeks or something. In that case, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
no, you're right. I mean, it's,
wow.
you know, when you've got
Oh.
thousands of subscribers, you
Yeah,
know, it's
four
all
hundred
different.
and sixty thousand. I think Jennifer Maguire has, and I
Yeah.
have 386.
Yeah.
No,
So
two hundred and eighty-six.
we both have a bit of a way to go to catch up with Jennifer. Mind you, she's doing this a long, long time, you know.
Yeah,
So and I think she trained as an engineer as well, you know, so
yeah, I
she
think so.
has engineering kind of, you know, knowledge and everything in her. But she definitely was one to inspire me when I started. Um,
Yeah.
I think Jennifer Maguire, Amy Orr, like I said, um, what was the other one? Crazy Craft or something was another one I watched in
Oh,
the beginning.
okay.
Um, and then Sam started watching Sam as well,
Yeah,
from Mixed Up Crafts, and
yeah,
yeah, that got me into it. My daughter bought me some card blanks and a couple of, you know, an ink pad and couple of small ink sentiments for Christmas one year. And if you go right back to the beginning of my YouTube channel, you'll see some of the cards. I didn't
Yeah,
start making on YouTube. I would make a card and then just share it. Oh, look at the card I made today. And that was
yeah,
my introduction.
yeah.
Um,
That was me also. The first
yeah,
couple of
it's finding your feet. And there's a couple of crafters that I know, not mentioning anyone in particular, Kay Rogers, that are absolutely amazing card makers. Lynn is definitely, now I could mention everyone,
yeah.
right?
There
Uh,
are a lot
there
of
are
people.
lots of
Yeah,
brilliant. We have a lovely card making group, and there's Kay, Rita, Lynn, Pam, and a couple of others that pop in now and again, and they're brilliant, brilliant card
yeah,
makers. They're just not confident about doing YouTube videos, and I think to myself, my goodness, people are losing out by not seeing their creations. Some of the stuff that they do is
yeah.
just
I
brilliant.
totally agree.
Lynn is she she could knock the socks off of anyone using a scan and cut. She just
Yeah,
blows my mind with some of the stuff she makes on there. And I've got a scan and cut, and I talk to it occasionally. I give it an old pat when I walk by. I have actually, done well with Lynn's encouragement. Um, I won't call it verbal harassment, Lynn, but she encouraged me, so I do use it on occasion, but the things that Lynn can make on that scan and cut is just
yeah.
gobsmacks me. There are
Exactly.
so many creative people, and we don't get to see how creative they are, because they're not sharing on, YouTube and stuff like that. But shout out to all you ladies who craft and make fantastic cards, and, you know, turn around then and charge so little when they share them. That just blows my mind. I'm going to go and get a third color. I think I need a third
Ooh,
color in the mix. So I'm going to grab
Daredevil.
a third color. Benita, you keep everyone entertained there while I pop
Oh
around to the other
yeah.
side of my desk.
Is it this time I'm starting to sing then? No. I'm just looking at the flowers I have colored in or inked in, and I have only two purple flowers, so I need to take one more and then a blue one, I think.
Hmm. That
So
sounds like it'll be a lovely color palette.
yeah, it's my mother-in-law's favorite colors because I have made wall hangings with flowers and a brick wall for her for Christmas a few years ago, and she loved those. So I
Mm.
was thinking to have those colors on her birthday card.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Yeah,
nice. She loves that then.
yeah. I well, she always say I make beautiful cards and stuff, so I'm not that worried.
And you do. You make some gorgeous cards.
Oh,
Absolutely
thank
gorgeous
you.
cards. Yeah. Oh, Kim
Um,
said Sam is definitely her inspiration. Yeah, I think Sam has inspired so
yeah,
many, especially over COVID. She definitely filled a little niche in there that I think a lot of people were very grateful for, especially in the crafting community. She filled
yeah,
a void, at a time when people were probably struggling, with being confined. And she's so clever in some of her crafty creations. I love the fact that she's gone down a road now where she's actually coming up with card designs, whether they're from a previous, someone has come up with a card idea and they didn't have dies for them. And I think
yeah,
she is affecting a lot of people a lot of, you know, creators with her creations. I think she definitely inspires a lot. People will see her designs and think, oh, that's really clever, and then kind of run in a different, direction from
Yeah.
it. So yeah, I think she's a really clever lady. And not only is she a very clever lady, she's a really lovely and genuine person. A lot of us know her in the
Yeah.
chat from her Facebook lives, that she, oh, I dipped the wrong brush in the,
Oh
that should have
no.
gone in there. But sure, look, it's all the same. Um, I think a lot of us will agree that, from her lives and stuff, um, she's very genuine, person, and
Yes,
she's only
yes,
human like the rest of us, you know.
yes.
Yeah, I have great time for her and for the inspiration. A lot of my creations now are using Made to Surprise because I like to purchase her products. And I kind of figured if I'm going to be purchasing her products, I might as well use them on my channel, And I know not everyone has them, but I kind of feel, you can use what I'm making as inspiration if you don't have them yourself. Sometimes I'll watch a video by a creator and then make a card style, and I'll be like, that's really cool. Oh, and if I add a fold here or I do that there, that'd make it different. But,
Ah, that's the
so
beauty of.
there's my single leaves all done. And I've added Lucky Clover into the mix.
Oh,
Um, just
I
to
don't.
to pull out a stronger color. I think it'll go well with my
Yeah.
flowers. And I've kind of teamed them up with the peeled paint and the twisted citron as well. So it's not just this strong, heavy color on its own. So there we go with those. What have I left to do?
I'm
I've
going to start and assemble my card now because I need to see how many more flowers I need.
I think I'm going to do these 5 more. And then I'm going to go on to assembling my card as well.
Yeah. So my card base I have here is, let me see. I don't remember. 10 by 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have scored at 3.5, 6, 8.5.
Well, very good.
And it's just like 2 steps. And then I am putting this piece on top like an extra panel. It's 11 by 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
And I used the brick wall on that one.
Make sure you're on the screen now so everyone can see what you're measuring and what you're showing.
Yeah, but I have just I'm measuring on the, yeah, but I am saying the right measurements. So
Good job. Yeah, yeah. Keep going, Benita.
and the and then I embossed the pieces that I'm putting on the steps. I have here 2 pieces that are 5 3/4 by 1 1/4. 2 pieces of those, and then 2 pieces that are 5 3/4 by 3 1/4. That's going on the front and the back. So I'm going to glue them together, and now when husband is away I can use my collal
Oh, very good.
because
Yes.
he gets asthma attacks with those with the collal, so that's
Yeah,
not
he's
good.
sensitive to the smell from the collal,
Yeah,
isn't he?
yeah,
Yeah,
and I have.
not a lot of people are sensitive, but some are,
Yeah,
so
Yeah, and with his asthma, I think he's extra sensitive or extra man. You know, the man colds and stuff.
Yeah, I know. They can be very but not all men, let's put it out there,
No.
but some can be very sensitive.
Yeah.
Very sensitive indeed.
So I'm just gluing my panels on here. I'm just. And I did a score. I did a wrong score there, so don't mind that. It will not show with the panel on.
Mhm. Once you've given us the measurements, like you've done verbally, and what I'll do is I'll go back and in the description, I'll put the measurements that you have said. Once
Oh,
the video is uploaded and saved, fingers
yeah,
crossed,
that's
I have
good.
clicked all the right buttons so it does get
Yeah,
saved. I can go back in and in the description, I can add in the measurements as best I can in there. So I'll
yeah,
do that later on. It might take me a little while. You might also notice on my leaves, I'm ink blending and I'm pulling the color off the mat onto my leaves. So it's giving it a vary of the three colors. If I didn't want it pulling in colors from my mat, I would have cleaned it, but I do like the look of that. So now I'm all done with ink blending. I'm going to clear this mess away, clean my hands because I don't want to get
yeah. I
goo.
did that with surgical
Yeah,
spirit
yeah, I'm
or
going to get
rubbing
mine
off.
out. I'm going to get mine out now and do the same as
Yeah,
well.
and now I have the acetate strips I cut yesterday because Simone gave the suggestion that because I want a lot of flowers, I can put some strips with acetate on. So I'm just sticking one on there so I can tape, use tape and put flowers on.
Yeah, you
And
could do that as well and stick some butterflies or a
yeah,
dragonfly or something like that on, and it would look like it's free floating, you
yeah.
know?
So and if because I'm giving that by hand by in person, so it can be as big as it's needed.
Yeah, as big as you like. You're not
Yeah,
restricted by having to put it in an envelope and in the post kind of a thing.
no, exactly.
Right.
So
I don't think I can get any more ink than that off.
so now I think I need to put this panel on so I can see if I need a third strip or yeah. Better do that. And I'm gluing both sides on at the same time, she says, with her tongue stuck in. Oof.
So
Nerve
while you're
wracking.
putting that together, I'm just going to quickly go through what I'm doing. I have my card is going to fit in an 8x8 envelope. So I have a shop bought envelope here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a piece of cardstock and I've just cut it out in the pink so that it would, you'd see it on the screen. The reason for that is because my oval, I've taken, if I can get it off the desk, this is my oval. I've come up, I think it was 2¼ inches. So I've scored a line across at 2¼ inches. I want to fold this up like so. And I'm going to cut a slit into this in two places, one here and one here. And I'm going to put two little strips of cardstock in there, and it'll give me two floating panels to attach a sentiment or flowers onto. So the reason I have this pink piece here is so I can put my piece down like so. And when I'm adding my flowers on, I'll know I don't want to go past the edge of this pink piece. I don't want to put a load of flowers on there because I don't have a grid on my desk, so I can't see how far I'm going. So this just gives me a visual of how much I want. I know I can bring this flower up that much and no further. And I know if I'm putting a flower here, I can't bring it any further than the petal is there to the edge. And that way I know it'll fit in my envelope. You could always make an envelope yourself if you wanted to. And that way then you won't be restricted. But I kind of want to keep it within the 8 by 8 envelope. Now, my shop bought envelope measures 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. So whether you're making one yourself or you've bought one, have a look at the size and then cut your square out so you know that your piece is going to go into it. Now, this card design is inspired by a card that I'll be bringing to you on Sunday on my Sunday video. And it's one that looks like a garden shed. And I just thought I would love to do that style in an oval for Edith's card for her birthday. So you're getting a sneak peek at the style of card that you'll see on my channel on Sunday. So now, how are you getting on there, Benita? You're doing a cascade of flowers down the
Yeah,
center stepper. Isn't that fabulous? Oh, that
I'm
looks lovely.
I'm
Lovely.
just trying out how to putting them together, and I was liking the idea with the butterflies,
Mm,
and I have a beautiful punch that we crafters doesn't use so much.
very often. No, we don't. While you're looking for that, I just want to give you measurements. The back of my card is going to stand up and it's going to stand with a tent fold. So I have a piece of cardstock here and it measures 8 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I have scored it on this side, I have scored it at 3/4 of an inch, 5 1/4, 6 1/4, and 7 1/4. And this is going to allow me to attach it to the back of my card. So I've got a mountain fold, a valley fold, a mountain fold, and a valley fold. I think no, actually, this one needs to be a mountain fold as well. So I have a mountain, then a valley, then a mountain. And this is going to sit on the back of my card like so. So that'll sit in there. I'll just center it in there and I will line it up with my score line at the bottom. And that way my card will sit open like so on the desk. And it'll give me a room, plates here to stamp a sentiment and write a message. So I just wanted to give that to you. I also have 2 little pieces of white cardstock. These I've cut to size specifically for what I'm going to put on mine. So my birthday sentiment, I have a piece of cardstock here, and this piece measures 2 inches by 1 inch, and I have scored it on the short side at 1/4 of an inch. This is going to give us a tab. So my tab is going to go through my cardstock here, come out the other side, and my birthday sentiment is going to sit on that. And then the second one with my wishes, I've cut this to 2, and I think it's 2.5 by 1 1/4. And then again, I've scored it at 1/4 of an inch. And that's just because I wanted to fit my wishes on there. So again, I'll fold that over. It'll go through the slot I'm going to make and it'll sit on there. Now I'm going to you'll see the slots on this side. I'm going to die cut out a smaller oval and I'm going to put a piece there and that'll hide those 2 slots as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do some cutting now while Benita continues on with what she's doing with her card.
Yeah, so I have taken this punch out from Martha Stewart. So it's quite an old punch, but I just love the design of this. I don't know. Yeah,
I
now.
can see it, yeah, the butterfly. I love a punch.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're so quick, aren't they?
Yeah, and I even could punch it out with my 300 GSM. I couldn't believe
Wow,
it. Yeah, I tried
that's
and it
brilliant.
worked. Yeah. So I punched out 5 of those flowers and I'm going to ink them up also. So I don't want white butterflies. I need to ink them up just like so. We are going to put them on the plastic envelope again, and I'm trying to be in shot.
While you're doing that, I'm actually taking my trimmer and I'm cutting my slots. I'm using my score line here to make sure that it's straight. I'm using the lines on my trimmer. And then what I've done is I've just come in about 1/2 inch and I've cut a 2-inch slot there or slit. And then I'm just moving it up another bit. And I know this one needs to be 2.5 inches. So as long as I can keep this straight, then I can gauge where I can get my 2.5-inch score line. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'll pop it down like that, and then I can bring my little piece of cardstock over and see if it's enough. And I know I need to do another little bit
Yes.
because it's hard to gauge it. If this was a rectangular piece, it would come out here and I'd be able to see exactly. I could use the ruler that's along here. So I'm just, without moving it, I'm going to make sure that my piece of cardstock will go in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle this. I'll take my little scissors and I'm going to put a little cut on each end there and there, and it'll just make it easier to feed in. I hope you can see that there, my little angles. And then as long as my slot here is 2 inches, it'll fit my piece into it. So I do need to make this a little bit longer. So I'm going to do that now.
And I'm just inking up with the colors from the flowers. So, and then one more purple. And I'm taking the orange in the middle, trying to use the right brush for the right colors. You are in the zone when you are crafting, so it's so easily
Yeah,
done.
very easy. So
Yeah.
now I'll have my 2 little props that'll sit up there, and I'll have my sentiments then on them. And all I need to do is stick them on the back side so that they stick down like so.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
then they'll fold flat. They can fold up or fold down like so to go into the envelope. And there won't be any bulk there. And then when they open down, you just pop them up a little bit and they stand up like that. So I'm going to glue these into position now, and that way the glue can be drying for these. And you could round over the edges. I think I might actually just round over the edges. I've got a little punch here myself. I've got an X cut punch, so I might just pop that in there.
Yeah.
Just to take, because we don't really have any sharp corners on our card, so it will just kind of bring that together. So now, how are we getting on there now?
I'm just showing you the
They're
flower,
beautiful.
the butterflies here.
Yeah, they're
I think they,
gorgeous.
yeah, I think, thank you. I think they will be lovely for this card. So now I'm starting on building it up. I'm just wing it.
Yeah, it's all about your creative, you know, how it looks to
Flow.
you creatively. Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
makes us all different. Even we could take the same products and make the
Yeah.
same style of card, but it could be different colors and set differently. That's what I love about what we
Yeah.
do, you know?
Yeah. Exactly. And I need to excuse the cat if you can hear him meowing, because I have the door closed and husband is away now. So
They're looking for attention.
yeah. Well, who are you talking to? I am out here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fun life. Yeah.
Lovely.
And
Okay. Okay, I need to stamp a sentiment in here, so I'm going to do that next. I just want to put, although I have birthday wishes, I'd like to put a little sentiment in here so my flowers can kind of be around it. So I'm going to have a look and see what sentiment I'm going to use. I should have
I
done that
didn't
before I started.
I didn't even think about the sentiment. I will do that after,
I
I
should have
think.
done this before.
Yeah.
What's your slow bother? Won't sweat the small stuff. I think I shall use today is all about you, because
Yeah.
then it doesn't have birthday in the sentiment because we'll have birthday here. So I think I might use that. This is the Sentiments A5 set by Made to Surprise. Now I have cut mine apart. My today is separate from is all about you, because that way I can use it then in other sentiments. So
Yeah.
I'm going to pop that on there. And I'm going to definitely take my stamping tool, my
You are so
stamping
brave,
platform.
cutting cutting away stuff from your stamps. I haven't done that now.
Well, I just figure, you know what, they're photopolymer.
Yeah.
Um, just figure why not. And they do
Yeah.
tend to just nestle into place. I don't tend to do mine as a straight cut. I kind of give it shape, because then I find the shapes will nestle in together and it's easier to put it back in.
Yeah.
So if I was cutting it off here, you'd be inclined to cut straight across, but I would kind of do maybe a little angle, just so that
Yeah.
when you go to sit them in together, I don't know, in my head, that's how I do it in my head.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I think even Sam does that in an angle, I think,
Oh,
because it's
very,
easier to put together if you need.
yeah. And we should be able to, cut apart our stamps if we want to. Now, the
Yeah.
fun thing is going to be getting this straight. So my wishes and my birthday will guide me today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that looks about good there. I'm going to go with that. In for a penny, in for a pound. Look, it's just paper.
It's
Just
only
paper.
paper.
It's
Yeah.
only paper. We won't sweat the small stuff. Now, I'm going to um, stamp this in black. And the reason I'm going to go for black is because my die cuts are in black. So I figure if I have these in black, I can stamp in black. And I love using the VersaFine Clear Nocturne ink. I
Yeah.
think it gives um, a very crisp, it'll probably not be now because I've said that, but I find that the VersaFine Tuxedo Black or the VersaFine Nocturne, I find gives good coverage on a stamp, whether it's a thick stamp or a fine stamp. I
Yeah.
think it works.
Yeah.
So
I'm
now,
just going a way to get some bling, because I think the middle on the flowers and
That
the
looks great.
butterflies need that.
Oh yeah, that would be lovely. And you have a nice a big sheet of bling that you brought out on your last live
Yeah,
with those faceted jewels were gorgeous.
yeah, but I don't know where I put them.
It's with my inking pad.
Yeah, I think so.
So there we go. I think that will do great. Now, if you're nervous about getting ink everywhere, you can use your heat gun and ink set it, or you can put some clear embossing powder over it, and that'll give it a shiny look. I'm just going to be very, very careful about about going anywhere near that sentiment. So now I'm in a position now that I can start decorating. Yay, I love that. So I think I'm going to stick my birthday down because then I can kind of gauge where my flowers are going on around it. So I think that will be good there. I'm going to add a little bit just to the tips.
Um, I'm. I didn't find the faceted ones, but these will do nicely. I think I will put 3 in a cluster in the middle,
Oh, nice.
because the
Oh,
flowers are
yeah.
so big, so that it needs something. On those flowers you using, Simone, there are a middle die for the flowers, I guess.
Mhm. Yeah,
So yeah, so
there
but
is a center part.
yeah,
Yes, I have
center
them.
part, yeah.
Yeah, you see, and I have mine cut out in holographic and in white and in silver, so I can add them to my flowers as I go along as well with
Yeah,
my leaves, etc. And I still have my piece of tenfold to go on the back, but again, I want to stamp a sentiment on that, so I'm going to leave that to last to stick that down.
yeah,
So I
and
think in the meantime,
yeah,
I
you
am
see,
going to. How are you getting on there, Benita?
I'm getting on fine. I'm
Good.
just putting the bling in the center of the butterflies also, for their body.
Oh, yes.
3 in a row. Like, yeah, oh, I love that. So that will be nice. Please, Rusin.
I think I would like to use 3 of my big flowers. So I think I'll put them like that. And again, I'm being very aware of where the edge of my pink piece is so that I'm not going to go outside of my envelope. So I might do that just like that. Yeah, I think that looks good.
And if I need to put this card in something, I can make a bag for it or something.
Yeah, gift bag would be good.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, if you're not
And
making
it's,
your own boxes. I make little boxes or box lids and I use them for putting all my little bits and pieces in. I find them great for on my desk when I'm, working on something. I love that because I keep everything together. Now I have dogs. They don't jump up on my table. If you have cats,
you are
that
so
can be a
lucky,
very
Simone.
different thing altogether. Isn't that right, Benita?
Yes, you are so lucky you have big dogs.
Yeah, that's the joy of having dogs and not
Yeah.
cats. We don't
Because,
have to worry.
no, because the dogs just are so nice and go with the flow. And when you have cats, you are the guests, they are the bosses.
Exactly. That is exactly true, isn't it?
Yeah,
Now, I'm just
at
looking for
least.
some foam to add my flowers onto. So I have a little roll of foam here. This is just foam that I got in my local what would you call it? It's not a hardware shop. You know, you go into these little shops and they've bits of hardware, and it's like Target or Poundland, or we have Mr. Price,
Oh,
and they have this kind of foam tape. I think it's for putting on exteriors. I don't know. Anyway, it works great in card making. It's a third of the price.
yeah.
I love it. So I'll
Wasn't that
just
the
add.
wasn't that the a roll I got from you?
Yeah, because I picked up a
Yeah,
couple of them. And
yeah,
I thought, well, I'll pop one. So I do like to add a little bit of glue, of liquid glue, when I'm using foam, just so that um, it bonds. Sometimes your foam, you can pull it off gently. So if you want to make sure that your foam tape is going to bond, use a bit of liquid glue. Now, I was thinking about giving my flowers some dimension, but I'm not going to. I like the look and the idea of them being flat, so
yeah.
I'm not going to add some
It,
dimension. So
the
I think
way,
I'm going to
yeah,
commit
the way
that one
you
to
have,
there.
yeah, the way you have inked them, it looks like they are dimensional.
Yeah, does
So,
it? Oh,
yeah,
lovely.
when I look at the screen and it's about my flowers, they look so colorful, but in real life they are very pale.
No, they look beautiful. It looks like a beautiful bouquet with all the different colors. And
Oh,
at
thank
the end of the day, it's about what the recipient is going to like.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
if you know that is a little bit too much foam on that, I'm going to redo that. Stick that
Be
over
careful
there.
with the foam.
Yeah, I get a bit hand happy when it comes to foam.
And
I
happy.
know
That's
I want my flour off, so I just need a little bit there is all I need. So this is the creative juices now when we're putting it all together.
yeah, and I really love what we have come up with so far. Yours is gorgeous with those colors.
Yours is lovely. Yours looks like a proper bunch of flowers that you'd get from a florist. The colors in it.
Well, be careful, Simone, or the audience will feel sick. So
Oh no, what do I keep saying to you, Benita?
no, I
Stop
know.
putting yourself down because you're listening to yourself. I think
Yeah,
we forget that when we put ourselves down, even when we're just being funny about it, having
yeah,
a laugh. The thing is, your mind is listening to what you're saying,
exactly.
So subconsciously, we have to think of our
Yeah,
subconscious and, not
yeah.
be telling it stories. Right. I think the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a little bit of my greenery in here as well. So I'm going to pop my centers on while I think of it, because I'll forget. And I don't know if
Yeah.
these are meant to go on a certain way. I'm just going to plonk them on. Maybe they're, cut that they go on a certain way. Are they, Kay? Are the centers cut so they go on a certain way?
Oh,
I think I'm
yeah.
just going to bang them on any old way. Oh, I see Alicia32 is in the chat. And Avril. Hi, Avril.
Hi,
Who
Alicia.
else? Dawn. Hello, Dawn. How are you? I hope you're enjoying our little crafty get together here on YouTube. Dawn is actually, I think that's, if I have it right, Dawn is a YouTuber as well. She does videos
Oh,
on YouTube. There's
great.
two Dawns that I know on YouTube. One is she changed the name of her YouTube channel. I think something light. Oh, I can't think of it now. Isn't that always the way when you're on the spot? But
Put it in the chat, Dawn.
yes, don't. Is it yourself that has the YouTube channel? So when
Yeah.
I get my phone tape from, UPVC window manufacturer near me. There you go. I'm sure that roller tape is something to do with draft exclusion or something, but it works a treat. And I had one before. It was a yellow one, and it was much wider, and it was a thicker one. So when I wanted more dimension, I could use that. So yeah, Dawn. Oh, it's not. So it's a different
Oh,
Dawn.
okay.
Okay. Um, she's not a YouTube,
Oh,
but hello,
cake
I'm a
maker.
cake maker. Well, now,
Mm,
Dawn, I'm a cake
yum.
eater. You and I would go
Yeah,
well together.
me too. But I'm all the way from in Sweden, so the cake
Yeah.
will be spoiled before I get there.
Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue onto this one.
Now I need to stand the card up so I can see for myself how it looks with the butterflies swinging and flying.
Oh,
Uh, what?
oh, lovely. Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
on a roll. I think I will. I need more greenery too. Oh, I thought I was cutting out so many stuff, and it's never enough, I guess.
No, that's it. It's hard to know. It's different when you're crafting in your crafty space. Do you know what I mean? You
Yeah,
can,
yeah,
you don't have to worry because you can just continue on and craft
yeah.
away. But um when you're doing it for YouTube video and you don't have enough, I'm going to end up with glue strings now all over my hands. So
I think I can get away with that one. Oh, well. Oh, the middle part just. Where did it go? The middle in on the butterfly just went off, and I can't see them.
it just flew away, did it?
Yeah, it
Hate when
didn't
that
want.
happens. How
Yeah,
inconsiderate of that butterfly to do that, huh?
yeah, during the live and
I
everything.
know.
Hmm.
You think it would know better.
So I'm putting 3 more on there, but I guess I find them later when I'm changing clothes, maybe.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
So, and then I am there. I have shaped my flowers just pinching between my fingers just to lift them up a bit. Because I usually using a ball tool and shape them like that, but I didn't want to do that with this card. And
Yeah.
there.
You go by the feel of it really, don't you?
Yeah. And then I'm going to put 3 there and 3 there and 3 there. Rita and other Swedish people know about this bling. You can get that in Ullared Gekås. It's a big shopping center where
Oh,
all people from Sweden goes. I have 4 or 5 hours there, but we used to go there once a year with my friend, my bestie here in Sweden, and yeah, they had a lot of stuff, but it's it's a lot of not so good stuff also. But you need to go there sometime if you are
yeah.
from Sweden.
It's good to know if there's a good crafting area, you know. It's nice
Yeah,
to hear it from others.
Yeah. And there and there. Oh, thank you, Jeanette. Yeah, I think, and thank you, Simone, for that idea, because I was so focused on my flowers and inking. I think I was a little nervous yesterday, really. The first live together with my bestie from Ireland.
Yep, your bestie.
Your bestie craft sister.
Ooh.
So, yeah, but it's a lovely touch with the butterflies, really. So, and I have two more because I want five. Um, I think I will have the orange and purple there because it will tie together a little better, I think, to change the colors up.
I love how yours looks. It's looking so full, Benita, and
Oh, thank
so
you.
just so fun, you know?
Yeah, I, I think my mother-in-law needs a lot of fun stuff to look at. Where should I put that one? There. Oh,
I think
I'm
I'm
so happy with this.
good. I'm glad.
Oh,
I think I'm going to add some greenery back here now. I'll fold these forward so I can see what I'm doing and so you can see what I'm doing. I also want to put whatever I put here will have lots of room because when it goes up, it's got all that space. So I don't have to worry about what I put here. But I think I'm going to go with the curved. These ones have a curve and so they'll sit on there like so. So I
yeah.
think I might do that. And I
Oh,
have
wow. That's lovely, Simone.
a couple
Really
of,
beautiful.
it's coming along nicely now. I
Yeah.
think I could have maybe pulled out some more colors there in the flowers, but I do like how it's looking.
Hmm.
I
But
think I'll put,
but let's face it, Simone. You are a pink person, so
I
you
know,
love you love
I do
using
love
your
pink.
pinks.
Yeah. And I think because there's pink behind it now as well, it's kind of, do you know, it kind of looks a bit much with all the pink, but once it comes off the pink background, I just don't want to go um
No,
over the size too much because I just don't want to make another envelope. I don't want to have to make an envelope for it. So
no.
yeah. So I think that will go there.
And I'm
Um,
putting some greenery behind that flower also, and then I'm going to put that greenery around there so it looks like this
oh, lovely.
butterfly
I
is sitting on there.
It's lovely the way you've it all tucked in there like that.
I'm starting to Sam is rubbing off of me because she do stuff like that, and I always think it's beautiful, but I am scared of filling the card up.
Yeah, and you know what? Less is more, but sometimes more is more too. If you
Yeah,
know what I mean. You know?
yeah, yeah. And now I'm pinching the butterfly wings just on the top to shape them up a bit because that's a nice thing to do, I think.
Yeah, give them a little bit of shape. Be
Yeah,
lovely.
because they are fluttering in the bushes when they sit there. And there's my card finished.
Oh wow, Benita, you're so far ahead of me. I'm so
Oh, it's not a
slow compared to you.
competition. I just had a flow with it, so I just I'm so happy, and it was so fun this live with you.
Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm
Yeah,
really glad you're enjoying it.
yeah, and I hope you get some other of your friends being on your channel also. And
Yeah.
I I just made a lie. This is going there. I even haven't finished the back. Ooh, because
Oh, yes.
I'm putting this panel on, and then I'm uh, writing a message and glue it on so I don't mess up the card. you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about that. I'm so careful about the glue on the lives, but now I'm taking too much instead. So there. Now I'm happy. Now that's finished.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And glue all over.
Yeah, you and me both. This one doesn't want to stick in.
Oh, hate it when that happens.
Yeah. I just need to keep checking for my size to make sure I have enough room. And let's see. I have to keep lifting it, you see, to make sure that I'm
Yeah,
tucking it under.
yeah. And I'm trying to get the card in the shot. I'm carefully lifting this up
It's
just so.
lovely.
Oops. And now go away. There. Yeah. Now you can see it. Ah,
Oh, that's lovely. A little bit more to your right, Benita, and it will be
yeah.
center of the screen.
Yeah. I'm fiddling. I'm
Are
fiddling.
you are you fiddling and faffing?
Yeah. It's so late here. It's on the screen. It's just, yeah, a little more, Benita. A little more.
Okay, I am going to speed things up a little bit and start adding the a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to cut a bit of that off. I might use a little bit of hot glue because the hot glue tends
Thank you,
to
Inge. Thank you.
stick
Oh,
better.
yeah, Amanda. Oh, Rita, thanks for joining us and have a great day. Bye.
Bye, Rita.
Thank you, Lynn. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Marina, and Kim, and Kay, and Jeanette. Thank you, everyone. So nice. Thanks, Lisa. It's
Tuck
really
it
nice.
in.
Now I know for my live tomorrow, I will be using the phone to go live and have the iPad reading the comments. Because
Comments,
that,
it's easier. Yeah,
yeah,
I've got my laptop is just over there, so it's
yeah.
handy for
Bye,
reading the
Cara.
comments.
Thanks for joining. Bye. Yeah, sorry, Simone.
No, you're all right. I'm just saying that having the laptop, because the last time I did a live, I had my tablet and it just didn't have enough. Do you know, it wasn't large enough for me to see what was being
No,
said, and I was struggling to read it.
yeah.
So,
But with my new stand, you clamp it on a shelf. I can just put the iPad right where I want it. I have it right in my face, really.
Oh, that's good.
So I can't miss them. Oh, thank you, Christine. Yeah, it's so fun to craft together and use flowers, but you make so different cards. Yeah, it's really nice. Oh, thank you, Yvonne. So nice of you. Yvonne says, lovely chat between the two of ye. Well done, cards, and cards are fabulous.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
so lovely comments for us, Simone. So I guess we did a great job.
I guess we did something right.
Yeah, we were. I at least was so nervous. So, but the practice we did yesterday must have been good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just setting it up, at least getting it to go live, do you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, we figured that out, so that was a good thing, you
yeah,
know?
yeah. It's
I
really good.
think one thing I took from a video I watched was a lot of people, when they go live, they're like, are we live? Oh, I don't see it live, because live on the camera that we're using to, view down on, um, when you're looking on your tablet or your laptop or whatever,
Yeah, yeah,
um, it it doesn't come up, so you think, oh, we're not live yet. But when it says you're live, you are actually live,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. I went like that the first lives I had, but I was all over the place when I had my first live. Oh,
yeah, but that's the fun of it too. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. And now
And I
it's
mean,
so fun, and I'm really looking forward to it every time.
good.
So yeah.
Sorry, now I'm taking so long.
Oh, it's so. Oh, we love watching you putting that together, Simone. Don't we, ladies?
Ugh,
Yeah. Even even I do like watching you putting it together now when I can take a breather.
yeah, I'm kind of conscious. I don't want it to look like two ears. Do you know what I mean?
No, it looks
So I'm
like
being
uh,
like,
it looks like almost like a pink Furby. But those are cute, Simone. So it's okay.
they are very cute. Yeah, I
Uh,
feel I need
oh,
something more.
Carmen Vogels Agar says, "Take your time, Simone. We love watching the process, so it's
Oh,
okay."
good,
Yeah,
good. I'm glad
you
to hear
see.
that.
Yeah, and tomorrow I'm going to be very blunt here, Simone. Tomorrow I have a live on my channel. So
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
aren't a subscriber, please subscribe on my Under a Pile of Papers so you can be on the live tomorrow night at 7 p.m. your BST, or what do you say, Simone?
yeah. It's British Standard Time, so we say BST for
Yeah,
British Standard Time.
because it's 8 p.m. Swedish time.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm making a square 3D display
Oh,
with a nursery theme with the
oh,
lovely reprint hobby cutie
yeah.
collection.
Those reprint,
Yeah,
they are gorgeous. Those papers and products that you're using at the moment from
yeah,
them, they are
yeah.
really, really lovely.
If you're if you're not if you don't mind, Simone, I'm just going to show the exploding box with that collection so
Do,
people know what
yes,
I'm talking about. So
do.
it's rocking horse image on the top. And there it is, yes. A little more to the right, Benita, yes. I'm talking to myself when I see
You
the
fire
screen.
away. Yeah, you're doing great.
And then it's exploding up like that. And there is 4 more images and a little cradle. I wanted it to rock, but it didn't work. So it's a little cute baby bed there, and with all those beautiful papers. So these are the papers I'm using tomorrow for that project also. So, and I don't think I'm doing an event for it. I'm just going live as I am. So, because I never get the event thingy to work.
Well, we kind of figured out how it works now with doing this one together. So
Yeah,
maybe you can figure it out now. We can chat about it afterwards,
yeah,
and we can kind of have another um you
play.
can have another go at it. But I think it should it should be
Yeah,
easier for you now, having done this one with me. Maybe, you know.
yeah. Thank you so much, Carmen. Oh, thank you, Yvonne. Yeah, I hope you can join me, Yvonne, tomorrow, because it would be nice. We have lovely chats, and we can hope that Simone's husband is on also, because that will be very fun.
Yeah, Michael tends to
Yeah,
keep the chat
yeah,
fun when
yeah,
he's on.
yeah. And even though I can read the comments myself now, I think Jonas wants to join.
Yeah, it's lovely hearing him giving the occasional giggle.
Yeah, he's trying to be so careful and quiet just so he doesn't disturb. But yeah, I haven't told him yet that you can hear the giggle.
Yeah, you don't tell him, it'll only put him off, and it's
Yeah.
lovely to hear it with him.
Oh, hi, Celine. Oh, you didn't see the post that Simone and I put up?
Well, we had
Oh,
it all over social media,
yeah. And
doing our best.
I even made a reel with it. Because I was so excited.
Now, guys, you're going to have to tell me when enough is enough, because I sometimes have the problem of when do you stop, that kind of way.
Oh, you are doing great, Simone. We love watching you. You heard the ladies. We love. And now when Celine is coming just now, she doesn't mind.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, then you're forgiven then, Celine. Decluttering your hallway. Oh, Kim Johnson says, step away from the card, Simone.
Do I need to step away from the card? I think that's just going to fit in my 8x8 envelope. I've still got to put my
Oh,
uh,
Alicia
centfold
says
on the back.
It's annoying because YouTube didn't give her notification when you went live.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
pain,
that's
because
so. Yeah,
because we did the event and everything, didn't we,
yeah,
Benita?
yes, we did.
So I need to do the
Oh,
centfold.
that's awful of YouTube not to give notifications.
It is. It's
Hmm.
very bad of them. I'm going to add a little bit of double-sided tape. I'm just going to move some of these things out of the way. And I do have a couple of little things like this. I know they're the center of flowers, but I'm going to dot them around as well. But I want to put a little bit of double-sided tape on my tent
Thank,
fold. I'm
yeah.
going to just take off the little corners there like that. And the
Thank you,
same
Celine.
on the bottom.
Celine Mason says, love both of the cards.
Oh, thank you, Celine.
And Kim Johnson says YouTube notified her. So
Oh,
it's
great.
it's different for everyone, I guess. But it shouldn't be, really.
Yeah, no, I don't know how it works.
No, me
You know,
either.
I'm when it comes to technology,
But
I'm
you
not
are much
sure.
better than I am.
Right, I'm gonna start with, let's see. This should fit down like that and then over like that. So I think what I shall do is I'm going to start with the bottom one because I need to make sure that that's going to be in line. I'm going to add some liquid glue as well as my double-sided tape. So the tape will grab and the liquid glue gives me a little bit of time. So
Yeah.
what I'm going to do is I want to make sure I'm going to pop this up here, fold this over. This is a bit of a handsy job. I want to make sure that it's in on the
Yeah.
corners
Yeah.
and lined
Oh,
up at the bottom.
is it now you need to be an octopus?
I could do with a third arm,
Oh,
but the liquid glue will allow me for a bit of movement, but then the double-sided tape will grab it, you know, so that it's, because sometimes you're sat here rubbing and waiting for the glue to kind of take hold, you know, that kind of way.
yeah.
So I haven't got a sentiment on the back of this, but what I will do is I think I will cut a piece of this pink and I will put a matte layer of pink and then another piece of white on top. I'll stamp my sentiment in white. And then on my social media pages, I'll put up images on Instagram and on Facebook. And I'll put it in the community post as well, the finished card that I've made. So I can fold that down and you'll see how I finish the back. We just didn't get time. See, the problem for me is I don't even have the piece on the back. So I'm going to die cut out another of the ovals and I'm going to cut it to size and put it over that. So when this piece is folded over like so, you won't see this. We need to cover up that matte layer there as well. So I'm going to do that off camera because we don't really have time now. We're coming up at nearly 2 hours and I don't want to keep everyone. But my card will stand like so. And then my birthday wishes. I mean,
It's beautiful. Great
it
job,
looks,
Simone.
I think the greenery looks a bit mad there, but I think it's grand.
No,
It's lovely.
I think it's perfect.
I love those flowers and the leaves and
Yeah.
everything from that collection. I really do think they are really, really lovely.
Yeah.
So I think Edith will like this
Yeah.
card. You know,
Oh,
it
she
sits
will love it.
nice.
Yeah, she
I
will
think
love it.
she will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she
Yeah.
will. So
And my
now that's
mother-in-law
it.
will.
Yeah, your mother-in-law, that's going to cheer her up no end when she gets that for her birthday,
Yeah.
Benita. I think
Yeah.
she's going to love it. She really, really will. I think she
Yeah.
will. I love the colors. I know orange is your favorite color, and I think the purples and blues and greens, I think they really do complement each other really, really
Yeah.
well. Yeah. So there you
Yeah.
go.
We are
Okay.
both happy.
We are both happy with our cards. What more can we ask for than that? To be
Yeah.
honest, you know.
Oh, thank you,
Um,
Dean. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for your lovely comments, for
Yeah.
joining both myself and Benita today for our go live together on YouTube. I hope you have enjoyed it all of you. And I hope to do it again. I'm going to put it out there. If you're a crafter and you'd like to join me on my channel and craft, definitely let me know through my socials, or you can email me. My email information is on my profile page on YouTube. And yeah, thanks so much for spending the morning with us for the couple of hours. And we'll see you again soon. Benita, we will see you tomorrow evening on your
Yeah,
live, 8 o'clock
yes.
Swedish time, which is 7 o'clock for us in Ireland and the UK.
Yes.
And until later, folks, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye bye, everyone. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Bye.